All right. It is amazing how much free time you find yourself having on your hands when you get wiped out by the global pandemic, that new craze that is sweeping the world. Hi everyone, I'm Jay. Welcome to Square Pegs. I caught COVID in the dumbest way possible. Not even in a cool way. Didn't go to a sporting event, didn't go to a video game convention or anything like that. Nope, I volunteered at a dog show. And yeah, pretty sure that's where I got it. It's the only thing that really makes sense. Started feeling sick last Sunday, and then took my test on Tuesday morning, and lo and behold, I've got the Rona. Ms. Rona finally came calling. And yeah, this is probably the best I have sounded in a few days. But, it hasn't really been all that bad in the grand scheme of things. I'm lucky. I'm vaccinated. I'm boosted. But it still sucks. Like, I don't wish this on anybody. But like I said, I've had a lot of free time on my hands, and I want to tell you guys a little bit about the games I have been playing over the last 5 days. The stuff that's been kind of me getting through the madness of just sitting in a room by yourself, because I don't want to get anyone else sick in the house. First and foremost, the main thing I've been playing has been Astronite, and this is actually interesting. This was actually sent to me by Funstock for a review, and I immediately had sat down to play this just because I was like, well, I've got to review it. I might as well get some footage captured, and I ended up playing it for like 7 hours. It's a really fun game. It's a 1-bit Metroidvania game. Feels a little bit like Gato Roboto, and it's really clever. Like you play as the aforementioned Astronite, and you're exploring this planet, trying to find your gear that was taken away from you, fighting all kinds of crazy creative enemies, and working your way through and building out a grand map and finding all your different items. It's a lot of fun. I'm really, really enjoying this game, and I owe you guys a more full review on this, but I wanted to make sure you guys knew about it. Excuse me. It is available now. You can check out Funstock's website. There will be a link in the description down below. I want to thank them for sending it over to me. They didn't tell me anything I had to say. They just said, hey, would you review this? And this is an abbreviated review, but it is something. It's something I've really enjoyed playing, and it's something I'm going to keep going back to. And how cool is it to get a game like this physically on the Switch? I think that's awesome. Next, I hopped over to my Xbox. I've got my Xbox Series X upstairs right now where I'm quarantining. And I tried out a game that I've been told is excellent, and I've heard a lot of good stuff about, and it's called Vampire Survivors. And not going to lie to you, when I first played it, I didn't really know what to think. It was very simplistic, very straightforward, and I didn't think there was a whole hell of a lot to it. It was just kind of like, you just kind of move around, and the actions happen, and you fight enemies, and there you go. And it wasn't until, I think, probably my third or fourth time playing it, where it clicked and I saw, there's a lot of strategy in this game. There's a whole lot of meta to this game. And it is, like, legitimately one of the most enjoyable experiences I've had playing a game in years. It's so much fun. The graphics are very simplistic, but they're incredibly detailed. At the same time, it's all pixel work, so it's gorgeous. The items and attacks and skills that you're able to develop in the game are really fun. Don't sleep on garlic. Garlic is money, as are the Bibles and Santa water. Just trust me on this one. It's a really, really clever game. It's really creative, and it's a whole lot of fun. And it's something that I didn't really expect to enjoy nearly as much as I am. And much like when I played Carl and had it kind of elevate quickly to the top of the list for me for the Game of the Year countdown, this one's probably going to be in that top 10 list at the end of the year. It's that much fun. Next, I played something that I was really not anticipating getting. I had no aspirations of picking this one up, and it was when I saw the Immortal John Hancock's video about it, the Atari 50 game, that I grabbed it. Digital Eclipse are wizards. They do incredible work, and seeing the different features in the documentaries and things like that are incorporated into this game, it's 100 games on it, which is great. 100 games across the history of Atari, that's fantastic. But the real interesting thing is if you're a fan of video game history, if you are interested in learning about video game history and kind of where American video gaming began, this is the game for you, because it's such a detailed look and walkthrough of what is an absolutely incredible company that changed the industry as we know it. And yeah, there's some great games in here, and there's some stinkers too. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I'm not the hugest Atari 2600 fan, but there are definitely some games in here that are worth playing, definitely worth checking out, and are a lot of fun. And as great as they are, like I said, the stuff that you're going to keep coming back to are all the different documentaries and interviews and scans of magazines and ads and like tech specs and things like that. It's a remarkable collection, and just really solidifies that Digital Eclipse are the company that should be making compilation titles for anyone going forward. It's that good. Next up, still on the Switch, a remake from Square Enix, and that's Tactics Ogre Reborn. I got this in the same day as Atari 50, and loved Tactics Ogre on the PS1. Really happy to get this one on the Switch. It looks stunning. Makes me really want a Final Fantasy Tactics port onto the Switch with full voice acting. I think that would be incredible. So please, Square Enix, if you ever watch my channel, that would be awesome. I really can't say enough how fantastic this game is. If you like tactical strategy games, this one's for you. If you don't, skip, move on. But if you do, this one's amazing because it's a very deep game, very cleverly designed, very well made. All right. Next up is an older game that my friend Corey and my son Victor have been telling me to play for years. And I just haven't done it. And then, kind of being a hermit on my bed this week, I finally decided, what the hell? Let's play some Dead Cells. Yeah! There you go. That's fine. So yeah, I decided to play some Dead Cells. And a lot of it had to do with the fact that they just added a new DLC update where there's more playable, not really playable characters, but playable items and costumes from more independent games. So Hotline Miami, Shovel Knight, amongst Terraria, amongst others. And I was like, all right, you got me to bite. You throw Shovel Knight on there, I'm in. I'm definitely going to take a look at it. I haven't found anything from Shovel Knight yet, but Hotline Miami baseball bat is a hoot. That is a lot of fun to play with. And this is, at first glance, looking at this game, like I was really convinced this is going to be really kind of dreary and dark and drab, and it is ridiculously witty, and is very self-aware of what it does and what kind of game it is, and I kind of love it. Like there's so much humor in this game, and it does not take itself too seriously, and I kind of appreciate that. Like the subject matter is decidedly dark, but the gameplay is not. It's a magnificent game. I wish I had played this when it first released because rapidly elevating itself to being one of my favorites. All right, and the last one I've been playing is another one on my Xbox, and I didn't expect to enjoy this one nearly as much as I have because the reviews I've read on it have been atrocious. Like, it's been kind of ripped up one side and down the other. The ending is apparently easily telegraphed, and playing what I've played of the game so far, I'm pretty sure I know what the last boss is going to be because you're dealing with Lazarus pits and the death of a certain character at the start of the game. I mean, if you know Batman mythos at all, this isn't that hard to figure out. Y'all are smart. Figure it out. But it's a game that I really kind of expected to be a dog, and I was kind of disappointed that I spent money on it after I'd already bought it. I just hadn't had time to play it, but I've been playing it for a couple of days now, and I'll be damned if it isn't fun. Like, it's solid Arkham action. There's definitely, you can see where some corners were cut from the other Arkham games, and the combat's a little bit more simplified in favor of having the 4 different playable characters instead of just Batman or just Batman and Catwoman. And there's some stuff where I look at it and go, I wish they hadn't changed that. But, I mean, overall, I think it's a fun game. I think it's really well designed. I think it's really pretty. The bat cycle's a lot of fun. The voice acting is good. The dialogue is spectacular. Like, Alfred's story in the game is magnificent and heart-wrenching. And excuse me. And it's really fun to play as the different characters, the different Bat family. And yeah, that's about it. Other than that, I'm spending a lot of time in my Burnick playing some classic NES games, some classic Famicom stuff, and some Super Nintendo stuff. I just got my Genesis Mini 2 in. There'll be a review of that in a couple of weeks. But yeah, that's what's been going on with me. There'll be a couple more videos this week, shorter ones, just because I gotta give this time to recover a little bit because I've been talking now for 12 minutes and I feel like I'm about to die. Anyway, thank you guys for your patience. Sorry there was only one video last week. And if you want to see more stuff from me, hey, hit that subscribe button. Love for you to stick around. Talk to you guys next time.